Okay, welcome to the Let's Enjoy Piano Self-Expression method. We're going to apply some of the blues coordination details that we just did in the fills and to a couple songs. One being Moonglow. And we start, it so happens it starts with a nice walking bass with a C6. That's the first, there's your tomato, comes off the beat. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Okay, and 3, and. So, and 3, and is 1, 2. Goes to the F chord, which is a great augmented 11 chord. You go to the 7 of F and you make an augmented chord, which is E flat augmented. The reason is the melody note determines the right hand position. So the melody note is a B, and an F chord, the B is the fourth, or augmented fourth. The B flat is the 4. This is the augmented 4. But it's also the augmented 11. Take my word for it. From 4, augmented 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Or you can look at F is 8, this is 9, this is 10, and this is 11, and this is augment 11. So that's a nice chord, right on the downbeat. But if you use that as a push beat, that's Moonglow right there, and you just use it right before you come to the F. There's a grace note into the B minor, and I state the B minor 7. So far I have C6, and starts on the upbeat. There's the 2 push beats on the upbeat, the and before 1 and the and before 3. Well, if you come right on the beat, it just kind of lays there. But that just gives you that little feeling of syncopation, and what jazz is all about, the putting the accent on the upbeat, switching the accent, or just coming in on that push beat. I lead into the B minor 7 with a grace note. And you can look on page 80 something, 82, 80B, I think it is, freewheeling. They give you all the different ideas on the book. Let's Enjoy Piano. If you don't have the book, pick it up. Look at the website and get a copy. So I'm leaning into the B minor. Then it goes into E minor 7. Same notes as as in the C chord. Here E minor goes B minor first, but off of the E minor, because E minor common tone, the common tones between C and E minor, E and G are common tones, so therefore they can be harmonized by different chords. And right there, you can use some grace notes if you want. There's the V slide. So you're going to experiment. You're going to flub up a little times, hit some things that you don't like. You just change them around, and there's no right or wrong way in jazz. You're going to make mistakes, and you just correct them. Which if you don't do what you like. If you do something you don't like, just don't do it anymore. So. And on page 74, we have ways to alter the motive. You could alter it with diminution, augmentation, rearrangement, substitution, elimination. So look at that page 274. Here, what was I saying? Oh, and diminution on a blues scale. You can use that little idea too here and there when you're using the C blues. Now here's A major to A minor using the third of A major goes right into A minor, real nice. And now on A minor, same melody notes again. So there's your common tones between C chord. The third chord of C scale is the scale tone chord is E minor, and the sixth is A minor. So they're all substitute chords. You have two notes in common, you have a substitute. So these two notes can go with C, E minor, A minor. So it's the third and fifth of C, it's the root and third of E minor, and it's the 7 and 9 of A minor, or the 5th and 7 of A minor. So that's why that main motive goes. Slide off the blue note, it's up to you. Little crazy introduction. Blue scale tremolo, or there's the same blue notes, the same common tones. And articulation is important in jazz too. So this is a D13 or a D6. There's your basic color tones. I mean, your regular chord is your color tone D. If you treat the B as a color tone, a 6. But if you treat it as a 13, 6 is the same as 13. This is 1, but it's also 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And the rule for a 13 chord is usually a major 7 off the 7. The 7 of D is C, and the major 7, C major 7. Now you can, I call it C major 7 flat 5, because you're playing a D chord down, a D bass. So the F sharp is your third, so you can do that. If you play your fourth here, your 11, this can conflict with the third in the D. So usually you make that adjustment. But if you're just slapping at it, you won't even hear it. So at the beginning, you could start out. There I had a few clunkers, but I was using augmentation, keeping every measure twice the length, so I had time to think and fool around with it a little. So everything is shapeless until you get finally down to the final improvisation that you want to do, or just play the song as straight. Now, this last part is the chorus, and or not the chorus, the coda of this piece. Let's say the last end of this verse. So you have a G with a B bass. You first hit a G. There's an eighth rest there, so you hit a G, then a G with a B bass, then a B flat diminished 7, then an A minor 7, back to the B diminished 7, and back to the G. And you notice there's a common tone. This is called oblique motion. The top note stays the same, and the bottom drops out. It's a nice compositional tool. So keep that in mind, G1. And at the end, it drops down to G. Then it drops down to A flat major 7. And then it drops down to G that way. So it has a chromatic ending too, and that's almost that za-za. So if you don't know what I'm talking about with za-za, check the last video I just did on blues fills, endings, and you'll hear what I'm talking about, za-za. Anyway, so there's your basic idea of Moonglow, the verse. And I fooled around with that ending. That beginning, I didn't care for too much. You can go up. Whoops, I goofed there. Now, there's little trills I'm putting in. I'm doing little quick arpeggios with little bloops, whatever you want to call them. That also works in jazz too, just to give it a little flair. Now, the melody was, and I altered the melody. I kept the same rhythm, but I went on the A and the G rather than, I came back and went. So if you have the same rhythm, but different notes, it works. You could try different things like that. Okay, you have a lot of space between the A7 here. You can see the music. I should have shown you a little earlier. But there's a lot of space here. The B minor. This is where you can put the grace note. You have a lot of space with A and A minor. And that's where you bring out the blue note or the grace notes. And that's not written in the music. You want to change it from a major to a minor, so you bring out. There's the D13. That's octave displacement. You can move it up. So there's all these ideas. That's on page 50, embellishing techniques. So there's all the, Let's Enjoy Piano Method is a toolbox, and you pull from everything you. The bridge is a little difficult, so I don't want to pursue right now. I just want to get you the concept down for the verse. This is just basic improvisational skills to apply. It's a very simple song, When the Saints. You can throw in different fills, the grace notes, the blue notes, different motives you want, in between the basic song. You can just use a blue note, like I said, grace note. Or you can go right up. So I can go, that was a little sloppy. Let me try that again. I'm sorry. So, experiment. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Try it again. Try this and that. Make each measure longer so you have time to experiment. But then when you get it down solid, then you just work it where you can really express it the way you want it. This is done very slow. I would say blues scale lower. Now there, I didn't use the rest. I kind of used a push beat. So I just held everything quietly. I didn't hit the G and then the G. I just hit the G and waited, and then came in on the B diminished on the upbeat. Getting back to When the Saints, let's see. Not really exciting. Answer, question and answer. I like some things there, I didn't like other things. So you just try, experiment, have fun. That's the main thing. But that's an application of those techniques that I showed you in the last video to Moonglow, to When the Saints, and you can do them in many songs that have some room, some fills. If the song has no room, then you can't do much with it, but you have to have room to breathe. And in just a regular 12-bar blues, page 72, you can just play the concept of the blues. Here's the cage, one motive. Go into the F, F9, back to the C, the G, Well, not perfect, but had a lot of fun, and you can escape with the blues and experiment just 12-bar blues and all the different techniques. Okay, I hope that helped you out. And go to the piano and experiment, and you may come up with some new techniques and new motives. But have fun and let's enjoy piano. That's the main thing. Subscribe to the channel. Email me at Let's Enjoy Piano if you have any questions, any things you want. I give online lessons too. If you want to try a couple of those, contact me and we'll go from there. Okay, thank you very much. And I'll see you next time around.